Hello, welcome back to Friends Green Porsche Prep Book. It's been 10 months since we did a video on our turquoise or Ocean Jade 996, and it was about a year prior to that the car was last seen when it first came in, so it's become like a yearly update. But in 2 weeks and 3 days time, we're doing the show in Bicester called Box and Gas, and we need to have the car ready as our show car, which was its purpose when we bought it. So 2 weeks,
Yep.
Got a lot of work to do. It's sat under there, we're going to pull it out, and then we're going to decide what the first job.
I think we're going to start with the manifolds.
Yeah,
First thing to do, yeah.
Worst job, manifold. So we'll show how many of those snap, and you can see how painful it is.
Yeah.
Beautiful turquoise.
Will it start is the question.
Yeah, the battery was off and
Oh,
charged.
it's got seats in it.
That's not to be revealed until later.
Oh yeah,
The seats.
Is the battery on? Yeah.
Yeah, I left it on, but it's only on loosely.
Oh.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come. Right, let's remind ourselves, shall we?
We've got torch already.
Manifolds. Wow.
They've been done at some point, haven't they? Because they're not the
Bolts
original.
have, but the manifolds themselves haven't.
Yeah.
Look, there's nothing left.
They've come
There is
off at some point.
Nothing of those manifolds left. I don't know how they're not blowing. Right, should we each have a guess how many we think are going to snap?
I'm going to say 3.
You think only 3 of those are going to snap?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go with.
I'm optimistic.
I'm going with 7.
7. We'll see.
Lucas, you want to join in? How many of these manifold bolts do you think are going to snap?
They've been done before, so it should be
AJ,
alright.
come and have a look. We're all having a guess. 9. Lucas reckons
9
of 12 are going to snap.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I reckon 9. 6? Yeah, I went with 7. Right, okay, we'll see. Go on then, Ollie, you've got an extra incentive to not snap many.
If no snap, can you pay me £50?
Right, so what we're going to do, so when we do manifolds, is get the car hot, leave it running, because the hotter it is, the better chance you've got of them coming undone. As the aluminium of the cylinder head expands and hopefully releases the bolts a little bit, and then you're going to get the oxyacetylene out, heat the bolts up so they're red hot, and then gently try and undo them. And then if they do snap, we've got what's called a storm ski manifold jig that helps drill out the bolts straight and central. Sorry to interrupt the video. We've had some merchandise made. We've got the black t-shirts as being shown here. We've also got the reverse colour scheme, so white with a black logo on the back and the black FGP on the front. We've got some caps, so we've got the trucker caps with the mesh back and the snap back, and then we've got the traditional cap, as will be shown in a second. They've got our logo on the front in grey and the colour is black. So if you're interested, I'm hoping I can set up the YouTube store link below. If not, then please get in touch via the website. So let's have a little update. We're about an hour and a half later. Not even that, but about an hour.
About an hour.
1 snap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 snap,
Just as I
8,
predicted.
9, 10, 11. Haven't bothered with that one yet because it's behind the thermostat and we know that's going to snap.
Yeah.
So that'll be 12 or 12. That's what we call a full house.
So I'll have to,
The 996 full house.
I know. I'll have to drill 2 pilot holes aside. For,
AJ said it was, that's just 996 things.
Yeah.
Doing 996 things.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, so you're going to have to drill 2 pilot holes to be able to actually mount the jig and then drill them out. So you'll show you that, yeah?
That's what I'm saying.
All right. It's all fun and games.
Fun, fun. You know?
Right, okay, so obviously all the manifold bolts have snapped. So now we're moving on to the other parts of the exhaust system before drilling it out. I'm guessing, is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Going to do the drilling out.
Just gonna get everything off.
Kick that can down the road a few hours.
Yeah.
I'll cut that bit out. So what have we got? Sleeve clamps,
Yeah.
often very heavily corroded. They look like they'll come undone, don't they? Or you're just
Oh,
going to
just
cut them off. Just going to cut
We're
them
gonna
straight.
get new ones.
Cut them straight off. We'll get new anyway. Catalyst support clamps. I mean that's fine, but again we'll put new and shiny on. Triangular flange fixings, the usual. So once you get everything out of the way, we'll be grinding those off. Hanger fixings, they're all coming undone.
Well, some of them are.
That's the bolt through there. I'm actually ordering new hangers as well because we don't usually replace these for customers because they're so expensive, and also these bolts will have a tendency to snap inside the head, much like the manifold ones. But we're
That
replacing
looks nice,
them.
that will.
Also, if you see where the hanger bolts go up to the top there, if they're very corroded up there and they snap inside the cylinder head up there, you can't get to drill that out without the engine out. So
No, exactly.
another reason not to do it on customers' cars unless they really want to spend a lot of money. Anything to add, Oliver?
What are we doing with the cats?
Well,
Need to figure that out.
so they're obviously old, but there's nothing wrong with them.
Can we get them sandblasted?
Yeah, so we're obviously going with stainless steel manifolds from Top Gear. And we're going for the Miltech Super Cup silencers, non-switchables, which give the sound closest to the genuine Porsche Sports exhaust in the open position. But then the cats. The trouble with the sports cats is it just changes the note entirely.
Yeah, it does.
So I was thinking sticking with the stainless manifolds, Miltech Super Cup back boxes, and sticking with those original cats.
Genuine cats.
Just these ones,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, maybe let's get them tidied up. Do you want to get them off and I'll look to see if we can get them shot blasted, like you say?
Yeah. And then that'll make them look nice and clean. You want it to look all nice and
Yeah,
shiny.
all right,
don't
that's the
you?
plan. Cool.
Sweet.
It's also getting the new cat bracket, just because it's a bit rusty.
Nice.
Come on, Oliver. What's occurring? You got the back boxes off.
Yeah, back boxes are off.
Rather corroded and split on the seams, as is the usual. Weren't leaking, but we wanted to upgrade anyway.
Then we're going to tackle these triangular fixings. So we've got to heat them up and then we're going to air hammer them out.
So we've obviously ground off the heads of the corroded bolts already. Both sides.
Then we can take the manifolds off.
So should we just explain the risk with these? So you grind them off and then you air hammer out the bolt that still sees inside there. And you've got to be as careful as you can with the air hammer, otherwise the O2 sensor that's in very close proximity there
Yeah.
suffers shocks from the air hammer And if they're very old and therefore brittle, you might end up getting an engine light coming on, and there'll be a fault code stored for the pre-CAT O2 sensor. That's the one close. In fact, this is a Gen 1, so this has only got one O2 sensor per bank, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gen 2s have a second one downstream post-CAT, and it's always the pre-CAT one, like I say, because it's in close proximity. So there's a bit of an art to the air hammering, isn't there? Not just sitting there.
Yeah, you have to sort of blip it a bit and just be gentle but brutal at the same time, you know. Yeah.
Hanger fixings as well?
Yeah, they're cut off.
To grind all them off too?
Yeah.
Both sides?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Anything to add, or is that it?
No, that's it. And
Did you just cut off the sleeve clamps?
Yeah, I just cut them. They're still on here. I've just chopped them.
Rather than tackling them. Righto.
Time to make a lot of noise.
Put those glasses on. That was very anticlimactic, was that it?
Yeah.
We're now onto the hanger bolts. The exhaust silencer hanger bolts. I suspect all four are going to snap on the bottom, and the one.
I've only got one out.
Oh really?
This one's going to snap.
You can just tell, can't you?
Okay.
Snap. Okay, so over there is a rather fed up Ollie.
Fed up with drilling out bolts is what I am.
Don't make a joke because it will snap at you. Right, we'll come over. You alright?
Yeah, I'm on my last bolt.
So, let's have a look at this Stormski kit then. This is the trade secrets that we shouldn't really be showing on a video, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll get a torch.
Transmission jack with the drill to save your shoulders. Particularly if you've got rather weak shoulders like Ollie. So that's the Stormski jig, which means it's easy to drill straight and central. But as Ollie was explaining, when all six on each side snap, you obviously have to bolt two up. So you have to freehand two of them, don't you? Which requires more skill to then bolt the jig up. Got these guides in the centre there. How does it, just explain how it makes you drill it to the right depth?
You have to mark that out yourself.
Oh, okay, fine. So you just mark that on the drill bit, basically?
Yeah, mark that on the drill bit.
But you can't do that on the first ones? If it's got all six?
Well, you still, you have to mark the drill bit on the first ones anyways. You do this basically the same, but obviously, given.
I guess you can mark it by measuring the depth of a bolt and the manifold flange, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
And then mark up the drill bit. So that was the one where the thermostat was in the way of. Often we find that the thermostat bolts then snap, but you were right with these ones, weren't you?
Yeah, luckily that's definitely been snapped before because that shouldn't have that many spaces behind there.
And then the hanger bolts, which were into these ones, these two came undone, didn't they?
Just one on the other side snapped.
See you later. Cheers, mate.
So this one here snapped, so that's all drilled
Threads
out
look good.
now.
Threads look good on these.
Yeah.
And then you've just chopped these off.
Yeah, just to get
the hangers,
just so that I can have a bit more room.
Because we're scrapping them anyway. Very crusty. They get worse than that, to be fair, don't they? They rot away to the point that they break apart and there's no centre section here. But they still kind of do their job and hold the silencer, which is why we leave them. Because to get to those bolts up there for the hanger, can I borrow your torch again?
Yeah.
Show us up here. Would you get those without taking the engine down?
You have to drop the engine quite a lot.
To get those bolts from above,
There's not enough space between the engine and the chassis to get them out.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
The next shot is going to be an exhaust on there, but obviously we've got to take the engine out. That'll be a separate video.
Yeah.
And I've got to try and make sense of the separate videos we're doing for this car.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mix around, isn't it?
It is. It's going to take some editing, but there we go. Sat in that box, ready to go. Right, so it's Monday morning before anyone gets here. Thought I'd take the opportunity before the madness starts just to quickly show you a little bit of progress on the exhaust. So it's just these hanger brackets we were talking about for the silencers. As you saw, they just rot out on that bracket piece there. And now you can see why, because it's made of different sections of metal. And I imagine moisture gets in there and it's just weaker being thinner sections together. But they corrode to the point that, I'll get it to focus, this centre section actually corrodes away to nothing on a lot of them. So you've just got the bolt in there into the cylinder head. But they still do their job when they're at that point, because the bracket to here is still intact and it's still structurally sound enough to hold the silencer. So we very rarely change those for customers. They're very, very expensive, as we were saying. Each one of those is £350 plus VAT for that bracket. So if we've got any fabricators watching, there's an opportunity to make a pretty simple bracket there. And then this is where they bolt to above the rocker covers, which is why you can't access them from beneath. You'd need to lower the engine to get into the engine compartment and undo those bolts. Another reason why we rarely do these. So, I mean, ideally you do it when the engine's coming out like this. So there we are. We've got the silencers, that Miltech box up there. I think we've got the Top Gear manifolds top left there. No, they're there, that box, with the reg on. Right, exhaust update. Tell us, where are we?
Well, all 12 bolts have been drilled, which was so much fun.
Yeah, I stayed out your way, because
and
like the bolts, you would snap at me.
Well, I cleaned the face up, and I've just inserted the titanium studs. So these are quite nice, actually. It's quite a nice kit. So yeah, just had to insert these studs, and then we can put the manifold on, and then it will be cats and then back boxes.
So yeah, so factory, it's just bolts, as you saw.
Yeah.
These are titanium studs. They're much less likely to get corroded and snap, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Been fitting these for a little while. We've had cars come back a couple of years later and they've still looked pretty much new. So
yeah.
New gaskets, cleaned up, new studs, stainless steel manifolds going on.
Yeah.
Like this side, you just put it on loosely, haven't you, just to show?
Yeah.
Can you show the studs? They're only on loose, aren't they? But
yeah.
You get the idea. Titanium nuts as well, flange nuts.
Yeah.
We like these Top Gear manifolds because they have plenty of clearance for the flange nuts, as you can see. Some other brands, the flange comes right next to the nut and you can't get the end ones on. So even that one at the end there is close. If that was any more, like if that was any wider, you can't get the nut on. Hanger brackets?
Yeah, obviously hanger brackets. I did have to drill out this bolt here, but yeah, I got that sorted and basically replace them with these zinc coated. These are zinc coated.
Yeah, all the bolts that we use in the exhaust are zinc coated one. We're going to use titanium bolts on the flanges, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use titanium.
So that we call these the triangular flanges. Forever changing those because they get so corroded. So that goes from the manifold to the cats.
Yeah.
So we'll see them going on soon. But a really nice looking manifold.
Yeah, they do a good job, Top Gear.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They're not an expensive part. It's just the labour to drill out bolts. If you want that doing to your car, just bear that in mind. But those hangers look really nice. Again, very expensive. But. And there's the new brackets on the back. Cat brackets, just because they were corroded, look nice. Is that all?
I think that's all, yeah.
See it all together next.
Yeah.
So it's Thursday morning. The car is resembling a car again. Mechanically, I think we're pretty much done. We've had it running already. Oliver, no seats. Right, let's listen to that exhaust. Go on. So this wraps up the exhaust video. I guess we'll get another sound clip after this. We can't really get down the road or anything because we've got no rear bumper on still. Front bumper's only on loosely, no seats, etc. So the Miltex, stainless steel, top gear, manifolds. Cats, unfortunately, ran out of time to do anything with those. So
we didn't know what to do, whether to get them cleaned up or
we said in the video
go for some different cats. But
you wanted to do the cross pipe, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's just personal preference.
The X pipe, which changes the note of the exhaust. It makes them like a higher pitched.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it is just personal preference. They're nicely made. We would have used the Top Gear X pipe. It looks really nice, nice welds, nicely constructed, fits well. But we stuck with those. We said in the video earlier we were going to get them like shot blasted or cleaned up. You want to show them, Brad? They do look worse for wear. There's nothing wrong with them though. They're not rattling. We've got no engine lights. There's no problems with them. It just doesn't look aesthetically nice. But yeah, we've stuck with those. As we said earlier in the video, only one O2 sensor per bank on the Gen 1 996s, whereas on the Gen 2 996s onwards, they had 2 per bank, one after the Cat as well as before. So we had no problems, well, we've only just had it running, but no problems with engine management light coming on, have we? 'Cause you didn't really have to give too much air hammering to the triangular flange fixing. It was really anticlimactic in that video clip I took, you doing them.
I think they had been replaced before, so it didn't have the...
the welded bit to the flange.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're a lot easier to get out.
Anything to add exhaust-wise? I think that's it really, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got titanium. It's the first time we put those titanium triangular fixings on there.
Yeah, we can show those. So we've been doing titanium studs on the manifolds for ages. And like I said before, they're coming back after a couple of years and still look like new. You see these nuts and bolts here, Brad?
Yep.
So they should now stay looking like that, rather than getting all corroded and having to be ground off like we just did the ones that have come off this car. That's it, right, stay tuned. It's going to be, we've got 4 videos on this car. I don't know what order it's going to be in, so you might have, no, this was the first one, so you've got 3 more to watch of the mechanical stuff. You've got 1 on the engine coming out, that'll probably be the next one, then 1 on the suspension and 1 on the brakes, and then the final episode is us doing the aesthetic bits and bobs. That's going to be the kind of the fun bit, isn't it? So we're doing that today.
You're wicked.
Cool, thanks for watching.